Okay. Right, so here we are, the Hunk 440, now about to go out on track. Here we go. Alright, there will be a road session as well, so we'll see what it's like on the road, but for now we are just literally out on the track. See how they handle. This is not a track day, so we're not going to be throwing it around corners, and we do obviously have to warm it up, but we're out there for 15 minutes. See how we can do, and there is a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit that we've got, but that's okay because that's what we do anyway. Apparently these will do 80-85. I wonder if I can be cheeky. We'll see. I don't want to get black flagged. Got quite a wide stance on these. Look at the size of those handlebars. Look, they're pretty wide. Nice switch gears though. They look pretty decent. Don't feel cheap. Right, well, feels smooth enough on obviously track. It's very blustery. We are in Storm Benjamin at the moment, so we have got a bit of bluster going on. However, it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Okay, bearing in mind the tyres are cold, that feels alright. Got a nice poppy farty sound to it. And the track is quite dry. A couple of wet spots, but it's not horrendous. Gear change is alright. Clutch feels quite light. Nice banked curve. Pulls out very nicely. Goes up through the gears quite nicely, down through the gears. It's not clunky. It's not rough. Yeah. Very windy up here, the top end of the track. It dips into corners pretty well. Tyres feel, you know, pretty grippy. Feel quite confident in how it takes corners. Up into fifth, 50 miles an hour, doing 4,000 RPM. Oh yeah, not a bad bike at all. And obviously we'll see what it's like when we're out on the road as well. But so far, not bad. And we are going to get hopefully a bit more speed up as the session continues. Over the start finish straight with a nice bit of speed down the hill. 65. Yeah. Into 6th. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. It's got a decent bit of power, to be fair. I like to hang back just so I can get a good view through the corner. Get a bit of warmth in the tyres, get some speed up now. 6th is definitely that sort of overdrive gear. It dips into a corner nicely. And around we go. It does, it whips from side to side quite well. Even going uphill with a blustery wind, picks up quite nicely. Ah, what a pleasing little bike. Vibrations I'm getting a little bit through the foot pegs, but it's not horrendous. And it just corners nicely. Trying to use all the track here. Ah, yeah, what a pleasing little thing. And yeah, not bad at all. Even in 5th gear there, it still comes out of the corner with a little bit of power. I don't like to be in a group because you never know what the person in front of you is going to do. Maybe I'd make a rubbish racer. Just like to hang back a bit so I can see the track, I can see what's going on. We appear to be catching the other group up. It's handling it pretty well, it's loosening up quite nicely. I like the way it whips from side to side quite easily. Yeah, we're catching the other group up now. It feels very composed. We have to bear in mind that these bikes have only done, you know, less than 100 miles as well, but they did tell us ride them as we should. They are press bikes and we are riding them. This is ideally not how you'd ride on the road, of course. 6th gear is definitely an overdrive gear. It's not really necessary on here. I'm just glad it's not raining. I knew that was coming, that's why I waited. I knew he was going. I don't need to be in front. Those magazine journalists, always in competition with each other. I don't care. I'm just enjoying the bike. I don't need to be first. Oh, he's off. And we hit 80 in 5th. decent pickup. I mean, I'm going uphill, I'm 100 kilos and I'm still creeping up to 60 in third gear. That's alright. That's not bad at all. Bearing in mind it's got 27 brake horsepower. And yes, it's got 26 pounds-foot of torque, which does help. But it just goes to show that if you match the horsepower with the torque, you can get some decent figures and some decent power and some decent pull. That's not bad at all. That's really impressive, to be fair. Really is impressive. And here comes the bloody rain. That works really well. Really well. So now we exit Oulton Park and go out onto the road. So whilst we're sat here for a minute, let's have a look at what we've got on here. So pushing the central button, change between trip, time. You can go up and down, so you've got average speed. Average fuel is doing 55.6, bearing in mind it's mostly been round track. That's not bad. So yeah, lots of different options you've got. Switch gears feel quite good, to be honest. Nice and positive pushing. You've got your fuel gauge down here, your ABS and your other lights around the outside. It's weird that you've got the circle dash and then this rectangle in the middle, but the way they've done the lines here sort of flows quite nicely with the rest of it. So yeah, there we go. And then miles per hour down there, and your overall miles, and this bike's only done 78 miles, but they are telling us to ride them properly, so that's what we're doing, not running them in. Right, so get away with that because it's still on Oulton Park's ground, not on the road. And I didn't do it. So here we are on the road ride and see what these bikes are like. I mean, I'll be honest, 27 horsepower, 26 pounds-foot of torque. The match, as I was saying, is excellent. You get a great bit of grunt. It doesn't sound a lot on paper, but it's actually really good. The grunt is really good. Really pleased with how it pulls away. And basically it's a single. It's an air-cooled and oil-cooled single, so it's not like a liquid-cooled bike. You've got a little bit of liquid cooling, but not like a liquid-cooled bike. And that thumpy little single with a great farty noise, and it just pulls really well. It's a great match. I'm surprised at how well it does pull, to be honest. I wasn't expecting, with those kind of brake horsepower and torque figures, I knew it was going to be better than the average air-cooled or air and oil-cooled bike, but I didn't think with 27 horsepower it would be as grunty as it is. And to get 80 mile an hour on that back straight is very pleasing. Very pleasing indeed. It just feels nice and comfortable on these back roads. It soaks up the bumps nicely. Good suspension setup. These upside down forks. Now, I had watched a previous video on this bike, but that had the old telescopic fork setup, and some people said it was okay, other people said it was quite a harsh ride. This seems to soak up all the lumps and bumps really nicely, and those twin shocks work very well in unison with those front forks. Great gear change, nice rev range. I mean, it tops out at 5,500 RPM, red line's at 6. It starts to go a bit woo at 5.5, but it just does everything it's supposed to do. And I'm really pleasantly surprised by how well it pulls with such a low figure of brake horsepower. And I think maybe we need to get away from that and just look at it as a 440, because it's very pleasing indeed. I love the little pop and fart you get from it. Nice balance as well. I'd have to put my foot down right until the last second, so it balanced really well. Obviously it's got the Euro 5 Plus exhaust system, so it looks a bit meh, but I like that you get the crash bars, and you seem to have these little divots in here for ready for spotlights. But it works. You know, they've got a nice setup. You get the crash bars for the engine. You've got a nice sort of aluminium leisure drive, is it? Oh, weight limit. It wasn't aimed at me, it was aimed at poor Rod. He didn't half get it in the neck. But yeah, you've got the nice sort of cast rear foot peg arrangement. It is blustery, windy. We're just catching the tail end of Hurricane Benjamin, I do believe it's called. Okay. And it pulls out of the corner quite nicely, nice and composed. Oh, it is definitely a headwind. It's a good test, to be honest. So we've got a headwind and a crosswind sort of coming this way, but I'm not being blown around too much. You know, I was expecting it to be quite blustery, but it's not that bad. It's holding its own quite nicely. Let's look at the switch gears. Nice little setup of the switch gears. The horn setup, sort of one-handed here. It holds its own quite nicely. I am getting a lot of blustering going on, a lot of blustering, but it's holding its composure quite nicely. So, you know, got nothing to complain about in that department. Mirror visibility is not bad. Again, they are quite short stalks. I know I go on a lot about mirrors, but they are quite important. I'm getting about, let me see, 75 to 80% visibility with a little bit of movement. I have to move my head to and fro. Other than that, it's alright. It's alright. Good gear change, as I say, up and down, nice and positive. Okay, and we've got tractors now. We are in the country, but look, low speed balance. I'd have to put my feet down. 2 miles an hour, and it's balancing itself really nicely. I put my feet down when I stop. That's pretty good, to be fair. They do have a nice sort of thumpy sound to them. Nice little pop on the overrun. Yes, we are going to filter. Good. Let's get it done. Can't beat a bit of filtering. I mean, so far these MRF tyres have held up quite nicely. Obviously we haven't tried them in the wet, but they don't seem too bad at the moment. Decent acceleration, really good, really pleasing to be fair. They do pull away sharper than you think, and that's not bad at all. Nice little raspy sound, especially when they're all together like that. Sounds great, but it is composed. Foot peg position is decent. I've got sort of almost a 90-degree angle. Easy to reach on the gear lever and the rear brake lever. Don't need to make any adjustments. It's just up and down the gears really smoothly, really simply. The dash arrangement is quite simple. You've got the inch bar in the middle and thins out to 22mm. And yes, I know there's someone commented on one of my previous videos, why do you give some measurements in imperial and some in metric? Because we're British and that's what we do, and I'm a Gen Xer and that's what we do, because I grew up using both of them. So we just know what they are, so we just do it. That happens. I apologise. You know, we just tend to know what they are. Some are Newton meters, some are pounds foot, some are kilowatts, some are brake horsepower. It's just, you know, some are feet and inches, some are centimeters, millimeters. It just comes out that way, and hopefully everyone understands. It's the first time in all these years and 700 odd videos that anyone has mentioned the difference in measurements and things like that. So I apologise if it's upset anyone, but you know, that's just me. That's how I do it. But yeah, I mean, this is a very composed bike. It corners well enough, as you saw on the track session. Takes corners nicely, it dips in really well, nice and tight, doesn't feel wobbly, and it pulls out of the corners with a great bit of power, up to speed again, no dramas. A pleasing little ride. Absolutely nothing that I've got to complain about, to be fair. Perhaps, as I say, these stalks could be a little bit longer on the mirrors, but they are decently sized mirrors as well, and you don't get any vibration. I've got no vibration at 60 mph, none whatsoever. I can see perfectly clearly behind me, no vibration at all, so they are well cushioned. The seat is very comfortable, and I know someone picked up on my last video that comfortability isn't a word. Well, it is in my dictionary. Shakespeare did it, why can't I? If the word doesn't exist, make it up. I mean, it is technically a word, you know, it's the state of being comfortable, it's just not a recognised word. But it's like a modern slang, you know. People use it enough, it'll be recognised. And I invented it, so tough. Maybe I didn't invent it, but I use it. The dash is nice and easy to see. It's well angled, so it's towards your face. From the front, it does look like it sticks out a tiny bit. But, oh, there you go. Let's see. I hadn't put my feet down. Nice and balanced. Excellent. And it accelerates well enough away. Straight up to speed, look. Very nice. Slow down. Well, okay. Pleasing bike. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting it to be that much on paper, but it comes across as being a lot more than you thought. I know this is their flagship model and it's the only one they've got at the moment, but hopefully there'll be more coming from Hero. I'm sure there will. Such a massive manufacturer, I expect there will be. If I was to have one small criticism, I suppose it's that the indicators don't feel as though you're pushing them. I mean, you are pushing them, but it just feels as though it's, to me, it may be a clunk is needed. But it's smooth, so it's probably just me, to be fair, because it is pretty smooth. It's just I do like a nice clunk on the indicators so you can feel them. We're at 30 miles an hour in 4th gear with the gear indicator on the left there, at 3,000 or not even 2,750 RPM by the looks of it. Just feels very simple. Nice little commuter, great little blaster for the country roads, and just a fun little bike. There's not really anything bad I've got to say about it. It's very composed at slow speeds. The balance is great on it. I mean, initially I got on it and thought quite wide handlebars, but it works well. Doesn't feel overly wide. Sort of matches nicely with the crash bars. That all comes as standard as well. You'd have to pay extra for those crash bars. It's just a nice bit of kit all round. Great on these little back roads. It thunders along. What a fun little bike. Really is. To say 6th gear is more of an overdrive gear, but you get up to speed quite happily in 5th and then slap it in 6th just to keep that MPG down. Really is soaking up the bumps very well on the suspension. The seat is very comfortable, so it's absorbing nicely mixed with these twin rear shocks. It just works well as a package, and I am pleasantly surprised. As I say, I came here thinking, in fact I was even in 2 minds thinking, that's a long way to go, you know, 5 hours in each direction for one launch bike of a 440cc that's got 27 horsepower. Do I just wait till it goes to dealers? But I'm glad I made the trip. It's been absolutely well worth it. A great bike. It works fantastically on track, and I know it's not a track bike, but it works really well on track, and it works really well on the road. They've got these little studs on the back here, and it looks to me like you can probably put a top box or something on the back, and I think as a little commuter with a top box this would be great. Just skips along these roads so nicely. Trying to avoid the fallen leaves. But it's been a pleasure. The bike is ridden so much better than I thought, and I'm very pleased with what they've come up with, and I look forward to seeing what else Hero can come up with. So there we go. Oh, what a great view. Oh, I do like a nice view. A nice lake view. You don't want to take that corner too quickly, do you? End up in the lake. But there you go. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and click the notification bell for more uploads, and I will see you very soon for more, of course. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye bye.